This is an invitation to your community from Canada 125 and the International Institute for Peace through Tourism. We invite you to join the Peace Parks Across Canada project. It is a living legacy of Canada's 125th anniversary. Joining this national project is easy to do. Here's how. Choose one of your existing parks. Pick an area in the park where 12 trees can be planted. They may be Katsura trees like this grove in Seaforth Park in Vancouver. The species of tree is up to you. It's the idea of dedicating a place of peace in your community on October 8, 1992, that we want to invite you to be a part of.
Pour moi, la paix, c'est le respect. C'est juste un mot, c'est ça, le respect.
Peace means a lot to me, and I think peace is much better than, it's more important than most things.
Peace means a lot to us all, and the possibilities for a world at peace become unlimited when you hold a positive vision that goes beyond simply a world without war. Lou D'Amour and others have been presenting workshops to explain the idea of peace parks across Canada.
The fundamental premise on which the project is based is that if we ever truly are going to move towards peace, we have to move conceptually towards a positive idea of peace, the positive ideals and notions of what peace represents, beyond the traditional notion of simply the absence of war. Further, it's to nurture the growth of peace, both at home and abroad, and to demonstrate Canada's commitment to world peace and a healthy environment. And the third fundamental purpose is to draw communities across Canada together in celebration of our land, our people, our heritage, and our common future.
Imagine if over time, hundreds of communities across Canada demonstrated their commitment to peace and a healthy environment through the dedication of a peace park. The concept for the project is rooted in a conference that took place October 1988.
The first global conference on tourism as a vital force for peace took place here in Vancouver in October of 1988. In the end, coming from all over the world, from 67 countries, came about 800 people. We had people from Bangladesh, from India, of course from Europe, and it was a gathering. It was an extraordinary experience for everybody who was part of it. And it was agreed that we would plant a tree, the first peace tree, and it was planted right here in Seaforth Park. And out of that, and because of the 125th anniversary of Canada, came the idea of having peace parks across Canada this year, which hopefully will be followed by peace parks all over the world. Just earlier this year, a grove, a peace grove of 12 trees, which is symbolic in religion and everything else, was planted here also.
The Peace Parks Across Canada project was launched on May 29, 1992, with ceremonies and the planting of peace groves in 3 parks: Victoria Park in Charlottetown, the home of Confederation, Seaforth Park in Vancouver, and Waterton Glacier International Peace Park in Alberta, the world's first international peace park. October 8, 1992 is the next date to mark in this project. Canada has been a leading nation in peacekeeping commitments around the world, and in that context, we're linking to the dedication of the National Peacekeeping Monument in Ottawa. On that day, October 8th, all across the nation, communities like yours will be dedicating their peace parks at 12:30 in the afternoon in their time zone. Imagine the entire nation thinking about peace on the same day at the same time.
I think prior to having any sort of global peace, the world is made up of all individuals, and I think that's where it really has to start.
Peace means living in harmony with each other, whether it's our neighbors in our own neighborhood or other people around the world. But it also means living in harmony with our natural environment. In other words, the world around us.
Peace means to me Also, when I think back of what I heard from our elders, it's time now that we start looking forward to leave something for the younger generation. In a process of, when we look at it in our native way, as cultural renewal. And in a non-native way, it might be more awareness of interpretive and education, awareness of native people. So peace would be forming a partnership of both culture, trusting, sharing, and unity has to be all a part of this partnership that could be formed in being able to help one another become stronger members of mainstream society.
We're delighted as Canada 125 to be associated with the Institute for Peace Through Tourism. More than anything else, I think Canada 125 feels that the support that it brings to this project is to encourage Canadians to step forward and to recognize the strengths that have made Canada what it is, to celebrate these parks for what they are, certainly a celebration of our land and our environment, and also our peace. Because Canadians are well known around the world as peacekeepers, as promoters of peace, and we're very proud of that.
Peace means unity and oneness of mankind. We can achieve unity with understanding between classes, individuals, races, and nations.
C'est synonyme d'équilibre, c'est synonyme de fraternité, de solidarité et de tolérance aussi.
We are here on a serious purpose, and that is to dedicate a park that becomes part of the Canadian Peace Parks Across Canada program. Parks and trees are symbols of renewal and therefore of hope. We need to nurture that hope now more than ever before in a world where peace keeps eluding our most concentrated efforts. It gives me great pleasure to declare that the Calgary Peace Park and Peace Grove are now officially open. It's only a natural thing that we as Canadians should support initiatives and remind ourselves through the establishment of parks and peace groves such as this one of the real purpose of our international obligations, which should always be to strive for world peace. And not only is world peace important, domestic peace is important too.
What does peace mean to you? To us, it means much more than the absence of war. And we know that if we are ever going to achieve peace in this world, we must start right where we're living. We see the peace groves as a symbol of peace on earth, a living, growing reminder to all of us to strive for peace. We see our vision of peace spreading outwards from our communities, moving across our nation, and then throughout the world.
Peace to me would be just everybody working together to make this world a better place to live in.
The peace parks, I think, are a kind of pilgrimage places where you can go and think, where parents can tell their children of the past and what they hope about the future. Now that the world is becoming they call it a global village, there are the chances of people all around the world meeting each other are much greater than they ever were before.
Peace is that very obtainable sense of well-being that we realize when we recognize the true relationship of the human species with the living planet.
It means black and white, Protestant, Catholic, religion,